I did a reel about people pleasing and it went bonkers. So I figure, you know what? People really need some strategies about helping them to deal with this tendency. And so those of you who have this tendency, listen up, because I'm going to give you, actually, there's, in my opinion, only one solution, but I'm going to lay out the problem and see if it relates to any of you. Do you ever have the feeling like you're constantly, always in high anxiety, making sure everybody's taken care of? Moms, we're probably the most guilty of this. Like, we got to make sure everybody's schedules match. We got to make sure everybody's getting along. We've got to make sure all the meals are fixed and the rooms are fixed and the da 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 da. So years of doing that, when you have kids at home, especially, you get in the habit of keeping everybody happy. And you're really doing it for a selfish reason, because if everybody was just doing their own, staying in their own lane, you could maybe have a hope of not going crazy. But have you found that that doesn't really work, because it just keeps you on that hamster wheel all the time? And then when there is conflict, you take it upon yourself to be a fixer. You got to go fix it. You got to go make sure, wait, I'm going to, okay, and you guys get together and talk, and it's constant, isn't it? That's a people pleaser. Another thing is you can never say no, because you got to be busy. You got to be busy. You don't know how to be if you're not busy, because that is the role that you've practiced over and over. And these emotions just keep pulling you like, well, you better stay busy. Because you know what really you're worried about? This is what I've discovered in myself anyway. Maybe it's not you. That if I am not busy, then I'm going to have to be alone with me. And that could be scary. So we end up, because I don't want to have to deal with all these feelings. I don't want to have to deal with what's at the root of all this. So I just get busy. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll sign up for PTA. I'll sign up for the church. I'll sign up. So we just stay busy. And we actually create reasons to be busy, and we actually can create problems to have to go fix. So this is the role. And then here's the kicker. It's not really about other people taking advantage of you. You teach people, we all teach people how to treat us. So subconsciously, we've already given everybody permission in our world. Oh, we've got a sign around our neck. Yeah, pick me to pick on. Pick me. I'm here. I'm here for your emotional abuse in a way, because that's how we've trained the people in our world. It's not their fault. It's really not even your fault. So let me explain why it's not your fault. Up till now, it's not your fault. Because you were a product and are a product of your young self. These are survival strategies that are very powerful. When we're little, we don't have an option in this programming, because we had to get, part of our survival instinct is to be accepted in our tribe, but be not outcast. And so the fear is that if we don't keep everybody happy, if we don't say yes, if we don't get them to like us, then that's a threat to our survival. Now, your logical brain is listening to this right now, and you're just going, what? That makes no sense. I know. Because it's not your logical brain that was functioning when this was programmed. You didn't have this part of your brain functioning much at all at the ages between 0 and 5, 6. So that you, who's completely illogical and 100% emotional, and everything is about us. This is how our survival instincts are wired. Everything that happens. In fact, newborn babies' cortisol levels rise in the presence of any negative energy, argument. Think about that. Not for guilt's sake, just to understand. This part of us was completely primed and created from our emotional, inaccurate selves when we were little. And everything is, it's all about me. It's all about me. Oh, they're fighting because of me. They don't have reasoning. They don't have language. It's just an energy that's in the room. And automatically, that's why children of divorce, no matter how much you tell them, honey, mommy and daddy love you. Mommy and daddy love you. They're not going to hear that, because it doesn't live in words. It doesn't live in logic. Their emotional component is, it's all not just happening to me, but happening because of me. So you can see you as that little baby, that little child, that toddler that went, oh, wait, I got to go make sure. I remember my mom and dad were divorced when I was little. I completely, now as an adult, I see back and go, yeah, little Kimmy, it was my fault. I wasn't special enough. I didn't keep my daddy happy. I needed to be better for my dad. I needed to make him happy and do more things for him. If I had just been more special, my daddy wouldn't have left, because my dad didn't leave my mom to little Kimmy, my dad left me. I didn't know that I had wired it that way till I was an adult with my logical brain. But without investigation, you will totally be a people pleaser. That'll be a huge tendency that you have. And is it wrong? Is it? No, I love making people happy. It's not that you can't make people happy, but the rub is, and where it becomes toxic and unhealthy, is when you violate your own, what you want. Most of us don't even know who we are or what we want because we're so busy in that cycle. So when you get quiet, which now I'm going to talk about the one thing you do, it's an inside job. And we have to go in and discover these things in us that were wired and fired by our young selves. But you can't just cerebrally know. Like, I couldn't just go, well, yeah, okay, my dad left me. My dad left my mom, but he really left me. And okay, it had nothing to do with me. See, that's cerebral. And that's going to be okay for a little bit, but it's not going to do anything about rewiring that deep identity. So the identity that we have that we're not okay for whatever reason that we discovered and aligned with when we were little, inaccurate as it is, that's who we are products today without going in and doing the inward work. And that's kind of vague. Like, I don't expect you to even understand what going in and doing the inward work means fully. You might have an idea, but there's specific strategies, exercises, and emotional rewiring that is powerful and actually can rewire you to that you that's always been there. Think of that little baby again. There's nothing that baby could ever do to be more or less worthy, perfect, enough, unconditionally loved. That was you. But you just haven't been raised with that reality, so you did not. You've been raised in fear. We've all been raised in fear. So to go in and actually do the emotional work is where that's our goal, is to actually align with that new identity at the emotional level, not just the cerebral level. So maybe that helps you.